on my way home, and today's edition is all about what did MARIELLEN, RIKA, and Oscar do to impact franchisees in an incredible way. I had an opportunity to interview Mike Harding of the Greenbrook, New Jersey Center earlier this morning, and it's somewhat long, but I think it's worth listening to every bit, especially if you are in the lower, if you're not in the top 25, not hitting the numbers that you want to be listening and pay close attention and maybe even watch this interview multiple times. So, sounds like you're getting ready to call my flight, so I got to hurry. Here's the interview. One of the things that when you sent your staff to training, as I've shared with you, they were probably one of the, if not one of the most prepared staffs for training. And for other people who are sending folks to training, whether it's a new center or existing staff or that they're replacing or adding on to, talk to me a little bit about how you trained Kat and Ashley before they came to Akron.
As they say, if there's a good thing, you steal it. Right. And typically, what I did was I made copies of the operating manual and the key parts of it. And we went through.
By the way, that was a copyright violation, but I'll go ahead and let that stand.
So anyway, I just did an abbreviated 5-day training.
Okay.
So we went through some of the basic concepts. I had all my training, I had everything highlighted. Whatever was highlighted, we went through. And then, of course, we spent a good amount of time on the 50 steps.
Okay.
About every hour, we did the mission statement.
Okay, good.
And then by the time, after a couple days, we started doing role playing and going into that, and it just gave them a real cursory knowledge of it that would give them a good foundation for a week of training.
What did that do for you in terms of imbibing the knowledge and really getting that down? Did that help you quite a bit to get it down even that much more?
Absolutely. I mean, it helped me probably as much as it helped them. And it was, you run a very good training program, so I was remembering, some of your anecdotes and those types of things and weaving that into training. So, and it just reinforced my knowledge of the 50 steps and the whole program itself.
Okay. Now, you recently, you're having success here in the center. We got our ROI in the prescribed number of weeks. You're looking at center number 2 before the beginning of fourth quarter. So you started adding some staff. Now, you are experiencing something that's kind of a byproduct of what you had learned from Oscar at the March meetings. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about the ad that you ran and what you had to do with it, because it's the first time I've ever heard this.
Okay, well, I mean, it's funny because I'd like to say that I knew what I was doing. I placed an ad for a weight loss counselor and for a medical assistant at the same time. I wanted somebody to come in and be able to draw blood, do the whole thing while our nurse wasn't here. The responses I received from, we placed an ad on Craigslist, and the responses I received from the medical assistant position began to come in 18 minutes after I posted it.
Okay.
Around noon, and by 4 o'clock I had to take the ad off of Craigslist. We had booked 4 days of interviews.
Wow.
So then it was funny. In the meantime, I got no responses from the weight loss counselor ad.
Okay.
So I had in the back of my head the conversation. Oscar was good enough to speak to me for a little while down in Florida, and as he only hires medical assistants.
Right.
What I found was that medical assistants are having a very difficult time getting work right now.
Right.
So what are they doing in the meantime? They're working retail jobs. They're working at the mall. They're selling.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy. I had about 20 interviews over the course of 4 days and had my pick of candidates who already had sales experience, but now I was going to put an MA next to their title and then give them the opportunity to make money selling our system as well. So it was real. I happened upon it, and I will not place another ad for a weight loss counselor again.
I don't blame you. After Tiffany, who's the person you ended up bringing on board, is exceptional. I'm looking forward to her coming to Akron.
And I had my pick of who I wanted. What it really came down, once again, Oscar. Thank you, Oscar. It came down to Oscar. Tiffany is bilingual. Right. And we have a pretty large...
We found that out yesterday.
That's right. We have a pretty large Spanish population in a 3-mile, 5-mile radius from here. As Kat and Tiffany, who are both bilingual, are making cold calls, they're running into a lot of times when people are picking up the phone, they don't speak a lick of English.
Right.
So then, of course, we've also ordered all of our, a lot of Spanish forms
Right.
For those programs. So it's working out well.
Now, you are following a methodology that's been talked about on PWLC News quite a bit with magazine advertising. I know Pensacola does it, Lincoln does it, Fort Lauderdale, Pan Callahan has done it quite a bit. I mean, the list goes on. Oscar does it quite a bit in magazine-style advertising. I know you've got it there on your desk. If you could just kind of hold it up to the camera. You just ran this recently.
It's this is the publication.
Okay.
And RIKA, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if you're watching this, I've already said that if you find something good, steal it. This is everybody will recognize our ad over here.
So you're using the current PAM's ad?
That's correct.
And then the editorial, where'd you get the copy for that?
This is almost word for word from Rika's article on her doctor.
You had the forethought to at least change the doctor's name and put a different doctor picture.
I did, and I had this great quote by me at the end here.
That's right.
So yeah, I didn't think it'd be a good idea to put Rika's doctor's picture there. But
an interesting phenomenon that occurred for the doctor we learned last night when he came in.
Yeah.
He had 3 dozen people that saw it that said, "Why did you quit your practice?" Because he said he's now the medical director for the center here. So it was a powerful editorial. So
absolutely, and we've gotten a return on that already.
Yeah, we did the math, and you already got. I mean, we followed the formula right out of franchisee school for return on investment, and you got it within a couple of days of publication, which means we know you're probably going to have a 20 or 30 time return on this investment over the life of this periodical. And this is out, I believe you said it comes out quarterly, so at least for the next 2 to 3 months we'll be milking this.
Absolutely.
So great. Any advice? We got a lot of brand new franchisees that'll be that haven't even opened yet. They're watching PWLC News, according to them, every day. What advice do you have for them as they head into their pre-grand opening and their grand opening week?
Well, we've been open for 2 months, so for me to give advice is
fresh in your mind.
Well, okay, it's fresh in my mind, but anyway, I will once again I will quote MARIELLEN from Scranton, who said, "If Phil tells you to do a headstand in your lobby and that will increase sales, do a headstand in your lobby." Phil told me to get a haircut yesterday, so I got a haircut. Follow the manual.
Here, wait. Okay, you're a little loose there for a minute.
Perfect. Follow the manual. Everything's there. You have 31 years of experience. The program works. If you follow it, you will make money and save lives.
Well, you know what I'm most impressed with at this point is you managed to get Rika's name, MARIELLEN's name, and Oscar's name in this interview.
How about that?
Yeah. Are you getting a royalty? Are they getting a royalty on name mentions?
No, not at all. I haven't said the other name though yet.
What was the other name?
Celine.
Oh, Celine. Is that as in Celine the selling machine?
The selling machine, absolutely, yes.
Well, apparently that wasn't my flight, so I get a chance to sign off. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll have rankings out on Thursday. Have a great day.